Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So I was just kind of dreaming about just random tree, like calling out for the winds, the rains, the everything, and the beauty that is in, so much of that we don't really always see or be a part of, And so I thought whimsy today. A lot of times I'll finger paint some of this stuff. And that's where I was at. Owen had kind of a rough morning, which means mommy had a rough morning. And I always talk about giving others kindness and grace, but giving myself kindness and grace is something that's so hard to justify and to think about and to deal with and to, just work through some of those moments. And that's what I dwell on sometimes is Owen has a hard time if he gets it's such an interesting dynamic because he gets very upset if he gets wet, like if he spills his chocolate milk, and he will purposely spill his chocolate milk so he can get wet, like his napkin can get wet, or the table or his tablet or his pants or something, so that he can go through the process, and he gets very emotional. Other times it's a complete meltdown. Sometimes it's just, going through, oops, hold on, gotta turn that off. I usually have it sitting right here, and then of course it's way far away today. So he was getting upset because the crumbs, the different things. And when we went outside to wait for his bus, he must have touched the railing or something, and it got his pants wet. And so he wasn't noticing it at all, but I noticed it, and I didn't even, sometimes you don't process something, and then I was like, oh, his pants are wet, and had I just ignored it, he would have not seen that because he wasn't looking down, his jacket was covering it, that type of thing. But I could see, and it was just dots, like drops, raindrops. And we had to come back inside and change his clothes. Well, I got upset with myself because I got him upset because I, mentioned that he had his, the raindrops on him. And it made me sad. And this is what the emotions of the wind blowing. It made me sad because had I just been able to ignore it or not even, think about it, then he wouldn't have gotten upset. But I have to give myself grace in this because it's not something like I just looked at it and tried to like see what it was, because I didn't realize at first that it like was the raindrops. So it makes me sad that I didn't necessarily, I wasn't able to process it all. But we can't, and it's okay. We were able to get him changed. He was back out. The bus was still about 10 minutes, not quite 10 minutes, till it got there. And it was okay. It was completely okay. So the way the wind blows, give yourself kindness and grace. Give yourself the kindness and grace. And that's what I have to remind myself of. So this is the way the wind blows. And give yourself kindness and grace. O for Owen. L and B. It's a quick little one, but that's my emotions for the day. All right. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.